Let's start the info session for the 31st Japan-America Grassroots Summit 2024 in Wakayama. First, let me talk about what the Grassroots Summit is. As those who have participated before know, it is a program held every year in alternating years in Japan and the US. It is a wonderful chance for participants to experience the true culture and landscape of each region and develop friendship through homestays and other exchanges. Since the first summit in 1991, more than 53,000 people, including host families and volunteers, have participated in these summits. The Grassroots Summit commemorates the remarkable friendship 182 years long between John Manjiro from Japan, his rescuer Captain Whitfield from America, and their families. The Center for International Exchange, which organizes the Grassroots Summit, aims to convey and embody their spirit through the programs. With their strong bond, Manjiro and Captain Whitfield established the first friendly relations between the U.S. and Japan at the grassroots level. A few years later, Commodore Perry expedition to Japan launched a friendship between the U.S. and Japan at the political level. Even in the sad history of two countries over 80 years ago, these peace envoys attempted to continue the friendship between the U.S. and Japan. President Roosevelt arranged a meeting that brought together Willard Whitfield, the fourth-generation descendant of Captain Whitfield. He came to Japan by order of the president and met Kiyoshi Nakahama and Hiroshi Nakahama, third and fourth generation descendants of Manjiro. The wife of the U.S. ambassador to Japan, Mr. Grew, who hosted the meeting, was a granddaughter of Commodore Perry. The friendship between descendants of Manjiro and Whitfield has been renewed in every generation, and both families have participated in the Japan-America Grassroots Summit since 1991. And since 2009, Dr. Matthew Perry, the fifth-generation descendant of Commodore Perry, has participated in the Japan-America Grassroots Summit every year. The Grassroots Summit is a peace conference in which all the participants are truly envoys of peace. What's unique about the Grassroots Summit? It is an experience that cannot be had on an ordinary trip. First, this is a handmade program that the local volunteers themselves have created. Moreover, while there are many homestay programs for students, this program is one that anyone can join, regardless of age and language ability. We have had participants from age 3 to 93. And also, you can see true local culture by staying with families in their homes for 3 nights. What is even more unique about this Grassroots Summit is that Manjiro's and Captain Whitfield's descendants, now in the 5th, 6th, and 7th generations, will also gather for the summit. And all participants will be able to experience firsthand the history of one of the longest-standing international friendships. Now let's talk about what Wakayama is like. It is located in the western part of Japan, in the Kansai region, south of Osaka. The prefecture's capital is Wakayama City, which is a 40-minute bus ride from Kansai International Airport, or 1 hour by train from Osaka. The region is also known as Kinokuni or Kishu. It is really special with 2 UNESCO World Heritage Sites, the mountain compound of Buddhist temples at Koyasan, and the ancient pilgrimage trails of Kumano-Kodo. Wakayama Prefecture is a region with many trees and mountains, where you can feel the spirit of ancient times. It is known for its peaches, tangerines, and plums, and for keeping up old traditions while also entering new industries such as space technology. July is just before the height of summer. Wakayama is like everywhere in Japan. Temperature and humidity are always high in summer, so we highly encourage carrying a water bottle and also hand a towel because it's sweaty weather. These are images that symbolize Wakayama. It is known for Koyasan and Kumano Shrine, the UNESCO sites, as well as Wakayama Castle and the beautiful beaches of Shirahama. Everyone in Japan also knows about its delicious oranges, peaches, and pickled plums. Its wonderful hot springs, the zoo that is famous for its pandas, and the beautiful Kishu dog, which is a protected species in Japan. Wakayama is also an area with old ties to the US. Records show that American merchant ships conducted exchanges in Kushimoto in the 1790s, 62 years before Perry's arrival. Many Japanese Americans also trace their heritage back to Wakayama. Next, let's look at the Wakayama Summit schedule. To arrive in Wakayama on July 9th, you have to leave the US on July 8th. Once you arrive in Japan, there are several ways to get to Wakayama to join the summit. One is to arrive at Kansai International Airport, KIX, in time for the special summit bus. 2 buses will meet the recommended flights listed on the last page of the brochure. The buses will depart on airport at 3:30 p.m. and at 8 p.m. Alternately, you can come to the hotel in Wakayama City by yourself. We will send you information about which train to take when we send you the hotel information. Summit guests will be staying in 2 hotels. Which hotel you stay in depends on other program choices you make. So we'll send you all the information you need once we receive your application. Okay, now you are in Wakayama. On the day after you arrive, we have 3 tours planned that will give you a nice overview of the Wakayama City area. These tours are optional. All the tours include lunch. On the evening of the second day after the local tours, Wakayama Prefecture will host the summit's opening ceremony and welcome reception. People from Wakayama Prefecture and other parts of Japan will gather to welcome you. We'll celebrate the US-Japan friendship and recognize the contribution made to world peace by grassroots exchanges between Japanese and US citizens. Now we come to the highlight of the summit. This is when you get to enjoy the local exchanges that can only be experienced at Grassroots Summit. There will be 8 local sessions for you to choose from in Wakayama Prefecture. You will choose your top 3 when you fill out the application form, and the CIE and the local volunteers will do the matching. To help you make your choice, I'd like to introduce the feature of each region and the programs scheduled in each. Please note that the programs are subject to change depending on weather and participants' conditions or restrictions. First, Wakayama City. This is the capital of Wakayama Prefecture. It is a city of about 360,000, so a very different feeling from mega cities like Tokyo that you usually hear about. Here, urban and rural are blended together. Wakayama has many thriving businesses making products that are integral to daily life. The mild climate and outstanding traditional technologies mean that Wakayama products support many aspects of daily life in Japan and around the world. The hosts here therefore want to take you to local factories as well as famous scenic spots and museums in Wakayama City. If you'd like to get the real feel for one of Japan's regional centers, this is a good choice for you. The second locality is Hashimoto City in the northeast of the prefecture. This is a green rural city with rich history and culture. It is a gateway to the spiritual center, Koyasan Buddhist Temple, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The volunteers here will introduce you to the city's industries, cultures, and historic sites, including visiting a special fishing rod factory for hira fish. The session here will give you a real feel for how old and new coexist in Wakayama. The third locality is Tanabe City. It is in the middle of a prefecture with mountains and ocean. It is also home to Kumano-Kodo, the ancient pilgrimage trails recognized in the UNESCO World Heritage List. This is a chance to experience beautiful landscape and to visit the Kumano pilgrimage trails. Interestingly, Tanabe is also the origin of Aikido martial arts. So if you have interest in martial arts, and especially if you love Aikido, I think Tanabe will be appeal to you. The fourth locality is Shirahama town, which is famous for its beautiful white sand beaches. In fact, it is one of Japan's leading resort areas. Shirahama is part of a beautiful national geopark, and if you come here, you will have the chance to visit geopark sites too. Shirahama is also home to hot spring that is very famous because it is one of the 3 oldest in Japan. It has such a long history that emperors and aristocrats are said to have bathed in it over 1,350 years ago. You can ask your host families to take you. Shirahama also has many crafts. The volunteers here are looking forward to giving you the chance to experience indigo dyeing, which is a time-honored tradition here. The fifth is Kamitonda town. This town lies between Tanabe and Shirahama and is right in the midst of web of Kumano Ancient Trail. Everywhere you go, you'll be in the midst of history if you come to Kamitonda. The area is also famous for its ume plum production. So volunteers here plan to take you to visit a factory making plum products. You will enjoy not only pickled plums, but also plum sake, juice, and other plum foods. The sixth is Kushimoto town, located at the tip of the Kii Peninsula. It is at the southernmost point of Honshu, Japan's main island, and it is home of Japan's first private rocket launch. Here you will visit museums to learn about the unexpected interaction coastal Japan had with foreigners long ago, and how Manjuro's family was involved with some of them. You are also invited to local high school to see what they learn about cutting-edge technology. Usually, Saturday is reserved for visitors to spend time with their host families. But if you go to Kushimoto, you'll spend Saturday visiting some of other extraordinary sites nearby, such as Nachi Falls. Next, seventh locality is Nachi Katsuura. This is one of the 3 Kumano shrines on the Kumano Pilgrimage Trail, and it is the site of Nachi Waterfall, Japan's tallest waterfall, famous for its spectacular 133-meter drop. Here it is in the picture. If you do this local session, you will visit this Kumano Shrine and Nachi Falls, as well as beautiful hot springs. You'll also visit a local school, and you'll get to go to the fish market, which has one of the largest landings of fresh tuna in Japan. If you can get to the market early enough, you might get to watch the auction. The eighth locality is Shingu City. It too has one of the 3 Kumano shrines, and the program here will introduce Buddhist and Shinto sites. But here there is something different because the pilgrimage trails are not only the mountain path, but on the river itself. So if you come to Shingu, you will take a boat ride on the Kumano River. Be sure to try the unusual sushi that is one of the specialties of this region. It is a kind of sushi that is wrapped in leaf greens called mehari. It grows locally and, as you can see, is also name of one of the lead volunteers here. So those are our local sessions. I know it's a lot to absorb. Please save your questions for after this video. Now I'd like to tell you about what happens after the local sessions. After the 4-day, 3-night homestay program, the whole group will come back together, guests and host families in Wakayama City. This is where we will have the closing ceremony. Wakayama Prefecture will host both the closing ceremony and the farewell party. At the venue, you will have the chance to share your local session experiences with each other and to enjoy a final period of bonding with your host families and the people of Wakayama. On the last day, which is the day of departure, CIE will provide 2 summit buses to Kansai International Airport. The first will leave at 6 a.m. and the second at 1 p.m. to catch the recommended flights listed here and in the brochure. However, please note that you also have the choice of doing one of the optional post-summit programs, and you will understand as I go through the options, but please be sure to pay close attention to which airport you will use to return to the US after the post-summit programs. So now I'll explain the post-summit programs. These programs are open to all Grassroots Summit participants. The program fees are in addition to the summit participation fee. Here are the options. Option 1 is Kyoto homestay and Tokyo, with 2 nights homestay in Kyoto and 1 night hotel stay in Tokyo. The fee includes the local train from Wakayama to Kyoto and a bullet train from Kyoto to Tokyo. This program comes just when Kyoto celebrates its Gion Festival, one of Japan's most famous festivals. This is a very special time of year to be there. If you join this program, please plan to fly back to the US from Haneda or Narita Airport, unless you are also adding further travels of your own in other regions. For this program, please be aware that we need at least 6 people to sign up. This program also has a maximum of 10 people. Regarding option 2, you can see that the plan was to go to Kanazawa, Noto, Ishikawa Prefecture. Unfortunately, due to the earthquake that happened on New Year's Day, this program is cancelled. Option 3 is the Yamato Asuka homestay and the Tokyo trip. Yamato Asuka is where Japan was first established as a nation about 1,400 years ago. It also hosted one of the local sessions in the Nara Summit in 2017. This option has a homestay in Asuka Village for 2 nights and hotel stay in Tokyo. The fee includes the local trains and the bullet train that will take you from Wakayama to Asuka to Tokyo. If you join this program, please plan to fly back to the US from Haneda or Narita Airport, unless you are staying longer in Japan and traveling to other regions. For this program, please be aware that we need at least 6 people to sign up. There is no maximum. Option 4 is called Kyoto Free. This plan gives you train transportation from Wakayama to Kyoto and 3 nights at the hotel in Kyoto. You will explore Kyoto freely on your own. If you join this program, please plan to fly back to the US from Kansai Airport KIX. But if you have tickets on a flight from Tokyo instead, you will need to travel from Kyoto to Tokyo, either by bullet train or a domestic flight from Itami Airport to one of Tokyo's airports. Option 5 is Tokyo Free. This plan gives you transportation from Wakayama to Tokyo and 3 nights in a hotel in Tokyo. You will explore Tokyo freely on your own. It also includes the transportation from Wakayama to Tokyo. Again, if you choose this program, please arrange to fly back to the US from Haneda or Narita Airport unless you plan to stay longer in Japan and travel to other regions. Option 6 is Kyoto and Tokyo free. Based on request from some of you, we have also arranged an option that includes 2-night hotel stay in Kyoto and a 1-night hotel stay in Tokyo. This includes the local train from Wakayama to Kyoto by train, the bullet train from Kyoto to Tokyo. If you do this option, you will join the option 1 group to travel to Tokyo together. Again, if you choose this program, please arrange to fly back to the US from Haneda or Narita Airport unless you plan to stay longer in Japan and travel to other regions. This completes the explanation of optional programs. I just want to repeat once more that if you choose one of these programs, it is very important to pay attention to which airport you will be flying out of to get back to the US. Please be sure to ask me if you have any questions about this. We want to be sure that you get the right air tickets. Now let me explain the fees for the Grassroots Summit. The participation fees are described on the last page of the brochure. The early bird participation fee that you see here for $1,098 is for land only. It covers almost everything from the time of your arrival either at Kansai Airport to meet the summit bus or the hotel in Wakayama if you come there yourself. The fee does not include round-trip airfare between the US and Wakayama. The fee also does not include certain options. One is the single supplement surcharge for those wanting a hotel room for just one person. The second one is the fee for the local optional tour in Wakayama on July 10th. The last, the post-summit program. If you have any questions or concerns about how to arrange the best travel to Wakayama for you, please contact NTAA. They will happy to advise you. The deadline for early bird enrollment with a discount is February 29th. The final enrollment deadline is May 15th. For registration and other information, including the brochure and the information about Wakayama, please go to www.manjiro.or.jp/e. If you have any questions regarding travel arrangements, please contact NTAA, as I said. If you have any questions regarding the summit program though, please contact CIE. After the final enrollment deadline, probably in early June, CIE will send you the program guide with the tips on whether getting to Wakayama, hotels, homestays, and so on. 2 weeks before the program begins, we will send you the further information about your particular homestays. The details of the daily schedule will be given to you when you arrive in Wakayama. We are looking forward to seeing you, Wakayama, so much. See you then.